this stuff's not really that important. Yeah, they're killing a bunch of dolphins and stuff in this thing, but
population.
Look at these statistics. Let's see what happens here.
I feel like an asshole because I can't help but just want to make fun of this guy because he's just like, oh, yeah, take out the tuna. I get when you put it in perspective and there's only 3% left. That's pretty outrageous.
See, Mitsubishi's one of the biggest. The thing to me is about this is they're telling us what's going on. They're telling us our oceans are dying.
Right.
Yeah, they're telling us that like there's like 3%. I've seen this in other documentaries about other things that have nothing to do with this. That we're destroying our ocean.
Right.
And when that happens, we're fucking done.
Your company refuses.
And there's no stopping us. These big companies are making billions of dollars off of our oceans. They're stealing wildlife.
Back at the fishing
is what they're calling it. And the overflow from what they're doing, the fish they're catching, they're murdering. I mean, they're killing numerous other species. They're wiping out our oceans, and you can't live on planet Earth without a healthy ocean.
Yeah,
but basically, I mean, like I say, they're saying this is going on, but nobody's really paying attention. It's big money. Same thing with big money, like the drug corporations. The big pharma, making billions and billions of dollars a year off of drugs that are wiping out whole communities and families and stuff. It's the same thing. And nobody, it took what that took to do it, but they're lobbying the government on the same level that the drug companies were. I mean, they're talking about straws, man. You know what I mean?
Meanwhile, like you said, they themselves are the companies that are fucking just debacleizing or whatever the fucking word I'm trying to figure out is.
It's like the drug companies telling you that, that opiates aren't addictive. And their studies prove that opiates are not addictive. They'll tell you that. They've done numerous studies that opiates aren't addictive.
Yeah.
Well,
okay. Okay.
I've taken opiates. I know they're addictive.
Every time you're like, ooh, I want more.
Exactly.
So we were talking earlier about your show that's coming up. Friday the 25th.
February 25th, 2022.
At, what's the gallery called?
It's 2 Gallery, TEW, Timothy 2. I've been around Atlanta for a while.
How long did you work on this show that you're showing, these pieces? How long was this, the conception of this until now that it's time to show them? How long was this process?
Probably about a year. Really kicked it into gear those last few months.
Well, like you were telling me too earlier, you said you had worked through about 20 some odd pieces and narrowed it down to currently 9 or 10 or something like that. What makes you deciding to fit when you have that many and then this is what you come out with? How do you pick which children you're gonna bring to the birthday party?
Which ones are dressed up the best?
which
ones look the cutest?
Who's not going to embarrass you the most?
Exactly. Yeah. No, you get it down you narrow things down, and when the time is right, you pull the trigger. It's like anything. The time factor is all in.
Are there ones that didn't make the cut this go around? You think that, do you just keep working on them until you like, or do they just kind of get scrapped if they don't make the cut in the middle of a show like this?
Some make it to the trash can, but hopefully all of them make it up on the wall eventually. Yeah, I'm about to get back in there and do some follow-up work after a little vacation, maybe, something like that.
Yeah, shit. I mean, working on a project for a year by yourself, it's one thing. I've always worked on my projects with a team of people, but to be in something by yourself for that fucking long.
It's a different animal, yeah.
Yeah, that sounds like a nightmare on something. Like I asked you, I was like, what are you thinking about him? He's like, I'm fucking over it. I've kind of think that they all suck at this point. And
it's like giving birth. 9 months, man. You're ready for everything to get out. Time to go. Yeah.
So how far along are you mentally into the next piece of project? I know you, like you said, I'm already
excited. Yeah, I'm ready to start going tomorrow morning.
Do you already have something in mind, or is it just a matter of when you start putting paint on the fucking canvas, you'll figure it out from there?
No, I just think I have some follow-up ideas from what I was doing last time. Try some different angles. Do some different things.
I remember when we were working together. Me and Calvin worked together on The Walking Dead, and would just hang out. And Calvin at work has an awesome sketchbook. This is what he does all day at work whenever he doesn't have anything pressing at the time. And is there anything in this show that were originally mocked out in that sketchbook? Because I know you said that was the plan was to eventually go through them and you find your favorites.
This is a different animal. Yeah, that stuff. I'm actually going to start working on those pieces next. There's the sketchbook pieces. So I've got a few of those going. But yeah, both of those things. Yeah.
How big do you think you'll be making those sketchbook pieces? Because some of those are really fucking cool. I got
a 9-foot canvas ready to go right now. I'm about to draw one on.
Yeah, I got making some the size like this big canvas here would be really fucking cool.
Yeah, that's about how big it is. Yeah. I showed you that one I have in the house, the one that's hanging up. That's the only one I have finished. That big one like that. But
right.
Make some more of those.
Well, it's just hard. You got to have a really big place to put them in.
Big studio. I used to have a big studio.
Well, then like with me with this, I've had this thing hung up in 3 different locations now, and every time I've had to unframe it
and get it in and out of the door.
And then reframe it in location myself, and I've all but ruined it now. It looks like shit now if you look at it up close.
It's got some age on it. It's got some miles on it.
Yeah.
It gives it some character.
But when I look at it, it was smaller last time.
Oh, you put a different size stretcher on the back of it?
Yeah, I didn't even I just went to a fucking Home Depot and got some 1-bys and screwed them together and got my stapler out and stretched that bitch by hand.
Tack it on the wall, man. Yeah.
Okay, you got to do what you got to do when you me.
Trust me.
That's the same thing with that big one that's upstairs. That big giant one. I've just stretched that and just made a homemade.
Oh, did you?
It's not even stretched really. It's just
hanging on there. Okay. Yeah.
It's not hanging on there. It's a 1-by frame, and I just fucking centered it out and pulled it over and
tacked it on,
stapled it all on there, like
Yeah, that's how you do it.
That's it. I mean, is there a tool or something you use to?
You have canvas pliers. You can pull it really tight.
That's exactly because if you get close up on both of them, you can see where that one was folded in the past. Still got creases in it.
Yeah, it's hard to get creases out of a canvas like that. But yeah, you get canvas pliers, you can get it pretty tight. Yeah.
What did you? Is there can you maybe iron it from the back or something, depending on the type of paint that was used? Because that looks like that's acrylic.
Well, you have to. Yeah, well, you have to get a stronger stretcher so you can pull it tight. Think about how much tension that's going to take to pull something that tight. So if you don't have a strong back on it, it's going to warp the back.
Yeah.
So basically, you have to build a solid frame for it to stretch. It's like, think about your like a fabric sofa, how they stretch fabric over a frame, or leather or whatever it is on a frame. That's basically what you're doing with that.
I got you.
Yeah, it's just got to be tight enough and strong enough to hold that pressure. If you want it tight, I think it looks fine the way it is.
Well, that's all it's going to get.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It is what it is.
It is what it is. That's the best I'm doing with it, regardless. Yeah. So when you think you're going to get like actually rolling on the next? You really serious? You'll be starting in the next couple of days on the other, or are you going to take a good little break first?
I'm ready, man. I'm ready to go.
I mean,
I've got too many ideas.
So you've been on the break from the movie stuff for a while. Are you gonna have to force yourself to go do a couple shows? You think in between?
I think eventually I might need to go back. They pay that insurance,
right?
Good benefits.
How long? See, those are the kind of questions I always have with the union. How long can you go without working and keep your insurance?
I think it's how much you've paid into it. To a certain level, because you have to work for like a year or so before it kicks in or something like that.
There's some point of time. I don't know what it is. I don't know if it's a year or what.
I'm sure they have a formula, but yeah, I think I've got more money in my insurance in the union than I do in any other in my 401k or anything. Yeah, I got like $35,000 in there or something like that. Yeah. It stacks up. So
I mean, I've seen mine. I don't remember what it is. It builds up, but that's just so that's to pay your monthly and to draw out of if you need to pay
all that. Yeah, it's just an account for you to have, for them to have.
Well,
really.
If I just want to get that money out and goddamn go to Vegas,
that I don't know. You can change out your 401k.
Well, they tax the shit out of it, don't they?
Oh yeah. I'm sure you'd probably get penalized. I don't know if you can touch that money though. That's in your health account thing.
Well, the doctor said I needed to do more fun things because of my depression.
I believe that too. Yeah, I think so.
So we're going to go to Vegas and get a bunch of fucking coke and whores.
That causes depression though, doesn't it?
Not the way we used to do it.
Not the way we used to do it.
No, it's good time. Good time. I give it 10 stars.
Vegas is a good time. I've been out there. It's nice.
I've actually never been.
You never been to Vegas?
No, the band, when we were touring, we would always break down before we could get that far west.
Hey, it's hard to get to the top, man. It's hard to reach that pinnacle.
You ain't fucking lying about that, mama.
Sin City, man. I think it's great, too. It's like 2 hours from L.A., like a 2-hour drive, I think.
Just hammering it out. No, that's the drive that they make in Fear and Loathing, isn't it?
Probably.
From L.A. to Vegas?
No, that's the big, they got those little shuttle buses that go back and forth. They're like a 30-minute drive from L.A. to Vegas, like constantly. I think it's like a traffic jam.
A fucking rocket ship?
No, it's not that far. It's like a 2-hour drive, so you figure it's like a 30-minute flight, you know. Something like that.
Yeah, maybe something like that. I think, how far you think it is from here to Nashville, from Atlanta to Nashville?
What is it, about 2 hours, 3 hours?
It's every bit. That's a 30-minute flight. That's why I know.
So I'm saying it's about the same. Yeah, it might be a little farther than 2 hours from L.A. to Vegas. But
I know that a 30-minute flight from here to Nashville, and when you go through the rigors of being at the fucking airport.
Oh, yeah, it's a half a day.
You might as well fucking drive anyways.
That's why I used to drive to New York, man. I've driven to New York several times from here.
How many hours was that trip from here to there?
13 hours door to door.
That's what it is for when we used to drive from Dallas.
To here from Dallas is 13 hours?
Yeah. We would do from here to Dimebag's grave.
Oh, wow.
every time we went to Dallas on tour and stuff, or I don't know why, there was just at least 3 separate tours and other occasions where we didn't have stuff in between, where that was the starting date, which is so fucking stupid on a tour to have that kind of driving to start off with.
Right.
But yeah, since we did it, we just went ahead and went straight to the graveyard and went to Dime's, fucking hung out with Dime, smoke a joint, drink a couple beers.
See that? How does that grave look? Is it like closed off? Can you walk right up to it, or is it?
Yeah, you could at that time. Back then you could walk right up to it. His brother is buried next to him now too.
Yep.
And they have little bronze commemorative plaque things. Yeah. It's the same shape of the whole grave.
Okay.
Yeah, a lot of people visit them. A lot of dimes on Dime. A lot of guitar picks.
A lot of pills probably sitting on there.
Just all kind of shit like that. And then Vinny's. I haven't been out there since Vince passed.
We used to go down to Dwayne Allman's grave in Macon.
I've been down there.
Yeah. Now they put a fence around it with got axle grease all over it. Last time I was down there, we used to be able to walk right up to it. But now it's got a big thing around it.
So that's what somebody told me that this old dude I talked to in Dad's pawn shop back in the day said his job, he used to be like a greenskeeper out there.
At that cemetery in Macon?
Yeah, at that cemetery. It's like Riverside.
Riverside Cemetery. Yeah.
We used to play a venue like 2 blocks away from
Cherry Street or whatever right there?
It was called, I can't remember what it was.
Flamin' Sally's?
550 Blues, I think is it. Yeah. It might have been something on Cherry Street. I can't fucking remember. It was a short. Either it was close, and we would go over there and go smoke joints and hang out and do that shit.
Yeah.
But like I said, there was a guy that used to come in Dad's pawn shop and was telling me he was a greenskeeper there, and he used to fucking have to go clean up
all the shit around the grave.
And he was like, dude, I didn't have to fucking buy weed for fucking years.
All the joints and stuff on it.
Yeah, all the people that just leave fucking roaches and joints and shit out there. He was just like, fuck, I had to get rid of it, and I wasn't going to just throw it the fuck away.
Well, that's the thing. Me and my buddy went to Paris and went to see Jim Morrison's grave, and there was all kinds of pills and.
So that was when we went to Dimes. We've smoked and left shit every single time. So I imagine. I mean, I seen it. There were so many roaches and full joints and stuff. I never have disrespect that I was going to take some of the shit that's there.
Yeah, I wouldn't want to take.
I smoke at my sister's grave all the time, and she's got there's a bell, and just pick that bell up and stick roaches underneath it. And there's tons of fucking roaches underneath it.
That's funny.
If it got a rainy day, I would go take her roaches.
Right?
She understands. She understands.
Yeah, you kind of got dibs on that.
Me and her were crazy like that. We were weird growing up talking about shit like that. If we never talked about, hey, I'm gonna put fucking roaches on your grave, and I'll just come back and get them if I need to. But we had conversations like that.
Yeah, what would you do with such and such? Yeah,
if I died, this is what I want.
Flowers on your grave.
Yeah. I remember one time having a conversation and saying, if I die before you die, I want to be cremated, back and forth, whatever that, whoever. And But with joking her being like, yeah, but I want you to put some in the morning when you're cooking breakfast, just throw some open my jar, throw some eggs up in that bitch.
And then reality kicks in, and you're in that situation going, I don't think so.
That sounds pretty fucking funky, man. Yeah. My cousins, we were always growing up talking stupid, weird shit like that.
Oh yeah, you have those conversations, man. Yeah,
and
hang
like,
out with somebody alone.
And out at the family home, our lake house where she died. The other conversations like that we had, I remember vividly having a conversation with her about if ghosts are real,
I'm gonna come back and haunt you.
Oh, I'm gonna fucking haunt the folk out.
Did you find her?
I did
bring it up. Yeah.
No. I mean, it was the whole fam kind of did. But she was hanging out with my mother, and they were having a few drinks, and nobody really knows what happened. She went down to the dock and jumped in the water by herself, and
didn't come back.
Just didn't come back. Nobody really knows. So then I guess the sheriffs and people got out there. The mom knew enough to know like she was fucking in the water out there. She wasn't supposed to get in the water, but we were gonna go. Basically, they were hanging out together and said, "Hey, let's go sit on the dock, put our feet in the water, and have a glass of wine and talk with each other."
Yeah.
As soon as they were on their way out to do that, the phone rang. It was my aunt. My sister went on down to go hang out and wait on mom. Mom talked on the phone, 5 minutes, whatever that ended up being. And when she came out there, it was just gone. All of her effects and shit. She walked out there with her cigarettes and a glass of wine, and she was sitting there, but she was just gone.
Damn.
So she just immediately freaked out, looked around for a little bit, and running around. Where'd you go? Because it's kind of a decent sized property out there, like 2 acres
on the water.
Yeah, no. So she's kind of looking around our boathouse, a party room, and all these things. Yeah. My best guess is that she jumped in the water and hit her head on something somehow.
Dark and just tripped or slipped or something.
No, it wasn't dark yet. It wasn't nighttime.
Okay.
But no, that's just one of those things. You're never gonna know. Nobody's ever gonna know. So.
I was wondering what it was like making that movie down there.
Oh,
having that going on.
I'm not the kind of person that gets that kind of.
You don't seem. I mean,
that kind of stuff. It doesn't. I mean, I definitely thought about it, and I'm sure some of the other people did because they're my best friends.
It's an interesting element.
But I did have enough common sense to go tell my neighbors when we were filming that, hey, we're filming over here. We're filming a scene pulling somebody out of the water.
Don't be calling.
Just don't. Everything's fine. Don't worry. It's just a movie. If you haven't noticed all the fucking tents and camera gear and a giant crew, but still,
you never know.
Yeah.
I was like, what was it? Tim had his door open. They made a bunch of counterfeit bales of money for a film and had it sitting out. And their garage door was open, and apparently the FBI or like somebody like that came up to him and walked in the shop
over at
over there on
Krog Street.
Yeah,
I've seen that big block of money.
And ask him where that money came from and what it was. Like literally FBI agent.
Yeah, and that thing's literally a plywood box with printed pieces of like basically wallpaper that looks like money stacked, and it's just wallpaper.
Okay, I thought it was actually that's what it was.
He has that one of these at the shop there. It's sitting in their lobby now.
Well, I think that's the one.
Why would you have two?
Right. Yeah.
But yeah, it's literally just a fucking plywood box with printed wallpaper of money.
That's funny, man.
On it because now it's all kind of roughed up on the edges.
It's wrapped up in plastic, right?
Uh-huh.
Yeah, I've seen that over there. Mm-hmm. That's funny, but somebody saw that from the street and called somebody. Funny.
They got damn doping it up over there and got all this money. Drug lords.
You never know, man. Never know.
Hey, man, shit's been good over here. That was a really cool fucking studio he has. I mean, it still is. He still has
Great spot. He's holding out, man. They're the last ones out. I'm sure they've been offered lots of money for that.
Oh,
spot.
dude, I can only imagine. He's got a whole block.
Prime real estate right there.
He's got a whole fucking block, right? And it's just, I hope he holds out forever. I wish that he could do more with that area, like the people that try to do like the parties under the bridge and stuff like that.
They started doing that over there underneath?
They've tried, but they keep getting sabotaged is what I hear.
Right.
The people go in and like, no, fuck that. And they'll all points bulletin out to the streets and let's go in and fucking whitewash this bitch. They're not going to fucking.
Well, the one they painted, they were going to have that ball down there and they went and painted the walls white.
Well, that's what they were about to do that again recently. I seen people posting it and sharing and I guess that enough was they're like, fuck it. They backed out and didn't do it.
That's funny.
The event. But if it was, it's Tim Barrett, right? That's his name.
Yeah.
Tim Barrett. What's the studio called?
I don't even know.
I think it's Tim Barrett Studios.
I think
it is.
Yeah, he's got a fabrication shop.
Yeah, it's an amazing shop. But if it was him, and if that's right there in his neighborhood, and an art run thing, and could do things with that bridge and underneath there, and have events and stuff.
Yeah,
it's like even the people that were trying to do it. That's why I was like, why don't they're trying to use the neighborhood and use what's there? That's cool. So in order to make it where the neighborhood's happy, you reach out to 3 to 4 artists and have them come in and pay them good money to live paint.
I think they did that in the last one.
During your show,
they?
that's how you fucking pay the tab and show everybody you appreciate the neighborhood and you appreciate what's going on and you want to do something cool with there instead of just taking their shit and showing up.
Yeah,
like I said, make it cool. Okay, this is what this is. So let's pay some fucking cool ass artists that are from this area, the people that are doing this, to do it live.
Yeah, it'd be hard to be in there if they were using spray cans, but
Well, that's shit we'll think about later.
Use acrylic.
Hey, do y'all want to be down in the streets or not? You motherfuckers wanted to come here.
Yeah, graffiti artists are a different breed, man. They're not looking for money or recognition, So
they're not. I'm pretty sure they're looking. A motherfucker doesn't go up on a fucking billboard and kill himself because he's not looking for recognition to spray his name.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Yeah, too. You don't want everybody to know who that is. If you're spraying billboards, you don't want the.
Oh, valid point. Valid point. Yeah. I remember Renee telling me one time that. I might be remembering this slightly wrong, but he did an article
on a graffiti artist.
No, on himself because he used to do a lot of street tech in graffiti and did an article.
He got busted.
And essentially he got in some trouble. They led it back to him, and he was like, "No, fuck you," and had some problems over because he let it out that he's a graffiti, and they're like, "Oh, I bet it's." I don't know if his name was attached directly to it, like his tag released.
You might have tagged somebody's door 5 years ago. You don't remember, and that guy's still pissed off about it.
Yeah, it's something like that. But I might be slightly remembering that wrong. But
there's some kids who were tagging around town, and one of them got a pretty big name, like made some money and off of something else, but. They found out who it was, and they came after him. They had a pretty big lawsuit against him. He kept spraying their building, and they'd paint over it for years. He'd go in there and spray their building, and they'd paint over it. He'd come back, but they sued him for a bunch of money.
That's like I like the Banksy documentaries. Mm-hmm. Whenever somebody spray paints like the side of a fucking old bodega or something, they're like coming in bulldozers,
come in and take the wall,
take the whole fucking wall.
Yeah, exactly.
Have you ever? Did you? Well, is that still in town right now? That Banksy thing?
If it is, it's gonna be over soon. We went like 2 weeks ago.
How was it?
It's cool. It was good. It's actually a lot better than I thought it was gonna be.
Is that the first time you've seen some of that stuff or any of that stuff? Or
no, I've seen a lot. I've seen this stuff before.
Yeah, some of the same pieces you see again, or was this all new stuff?
Yeah, there's some new pieces in there. Man, he does a lot of screen printing and stuff. He does some pretty cool sculpture. It's a whole. He's got a whole team of people working.
That's what me and Renee debated all the time, and obviously he knows more than I do, and you know more than I do. Do you think it is when we say he, it could be she, whatever? Do you think it is? Do you think it's a leader of the table, or do you think it is a conglomerate of artists that work together?
I think it's both. I'm sure there's one guy who probably had some idea and started some stuff, and his buddies kind of got in there, but they're fabricating.
Oh, the shit that they do definitely is a team.
Warhol-esque type situation, yeah. But I mean, the whole mystique of who's Banksy, what is he? Nobody knows what he looks like, or
right. That's what I'm saying. Or is it even a he? That's what I'm saying. Or is there a head of the table, or is it just a conglomerate of some cool people to put together and said, let's do this thing, and let's create this fictitious head of the table?
Sure, it probably came together organically, like most things do. He probably.
But as an artist, you've hung out with
graffiti
group
kids. I'm sure they went out and started
doing. So, like I said, it was just always we're the cool club.
I mean,
we did it, but they did it as we're not the cool club. We're him. We're Banksy, and this created this fake person. And there's.
Well, that's the thing. That was the tag. Yeah,
Well, that's because one of the things I've noticed when I'm looking. It's been a minute since I've seen any of newer pieces or work from him. But it's really across the spectrum, and that's why I was like, man, this seems like this is different artists. This isn't all this same because it's so fucking.
It's pop art. He's going that whole thing. He's doing a lot of the screen printing. It's all it's based on contemporary aesthetics, that kind of thing. So he's got some good ideas. I mean, it's
yeah, but I'm just saying that I see so much influence. It seems like it couldn't possibly be one person who's yin yanging this much stuff and go
Right. You can tell it's Banksy, but not one guy's going to make that sculpture and then go do 50 different screen prints of
that are so far fetched. And then
Dismal World, the whole.
And while that's going on, exactly, it's just like. Now, everybody can't be as busy as Elon Musk and do as much cool shit. Because even that's the thing.
Well, that's like saying Elon Musk.
Well, Elon didn't start Tesla and all these things.
Right. It's like saying, is he building the cars? Is Elon Musk in there building each one of those cars by himself? No.
Exactly.
Yeah, it's the same type of thing.
I'd love that one. I can't remember which documentary it is, but with the guy who started documenting everything they were doing, and then he went on to become an artist and stuff later.
Mr. Brainwash, or
yeah. Renee and me go back, and he's like, dude, he is in on it from the get go. It's fake. It's fake.
It's the whole thing.
The whole thing. That whole scenario is fake. That guy is not a fucking dumbass photographer. He was their friend who was a photographer, and the whole thing was a 10-year fucking project for this. That's how much they're paying attention with their art.
Well, that's Banksy. He created that whole vibe and created that whole show about the return of Mr. Brainwash. But you still see Mr. Brainwash art around. He is a legitimate artist. Like you see him in big galleries, he gets big money.
You see him in the fucking movie.
Yeah, he broke his leg, and he's running around in that wheelchair.
He's got all these fucking people fucking making this shit for him.
But remember that line of people that were wrapped around the building, though, to come to the return of Mr. Brainwash?
Was it the return?
Something like that. They built it up, but there was no previous Mr. Brainwash. There was no return from anywhere.
I didn't remember the return part. I remember the big show and the build up, and there was like, holy shit. And Banksy was the person who's with the voice.
Yeah, there's no Mr. Brainwash. There's nobody, he just,
Well, that's the whole point of like I said, that documentary puts it out that he's this fucking Goomba, that they're just like, we let him hang out and take pictures of us, and we got kind of annoyed with him, so we told him to go fuck off and do your own thing, and he went a little bit too hardcore with it.
Well, that's the whole thing about
and they were saying, how
successful he got,
and that's what and he's not good. That was the other thing they're saying. There's like, he's not doing art.
He's doing that, but
he's ripping everybody off and fucking.
That's what Banksy's doing. That's what everybody does. That's the whole thing.
Yeah.
That's That's the whole machine.
That's my favorite thing. I think it was Picasso said. I don't remember who the fuck said it.
Great artists steal.
Yeah, novice borrow, but great artists.
Yeah, good artists
or legends steal, something like that. Just.
Yeah, I mean, it's, there's a creative process. It's like anything. You have to incorporate certain things into your work, whether you're playing music, golf, football, whatever you're doing, painting. You don't recreate math every time. I mean, it's one of those things.
Oh fuck! I didn't even get stoned as shit. Keep going, get stoned.
That helps a lot too, I think.
Do you like to get stoned and paint?
I think what either Snoop or Dre said it best. Smoke weed every day.
I don't think that's either one of them. God damn, you a white.
Keeps the creatives. I am pretty fucking white.
Do you like to fucking smoke and paint though, or do you like to paint with a clear head?
I like to paint with a clear head. Diplomatic. No, I usually just smoke on the weekends and in the evening. Yeah, occasionally in the evening, I like to have a little puff or two just to relax a little bit.
I've never seen such a liar in my life.
Hey man, you never know where this is gonna go.
It's fucking nowhere.
Yep.
Okay, it's like I'm trying to. If you're never gonna get into the fucking
Hall of Fame.
No, not the whole fucking the art directors guild if you don't smoke the cabbage, bro.
Oh shit, dude! I should be the president. It's true. Bunch of fucking hypocrites.
I don't know, man. That was like I was talking to a buddy of mine the other day, and he was like, "Dude, this show I'm on now works out pretty good because everybody knows I smoke. The fucking art director, the decorator, the fucking ads. Everybody's like." He's like, I got like I'm like Willie Nelson and fucking Snoop Dogg out there. Everybody just loves me, and he's like, oh, he's such a pothead. He's so cool. And he's just like, whatever, bro.
Yeah. Well, hey, man, you gotta do what you gotta do. No reason to hide it.
I'm heading to fucking smoke break now.
Exactly. Fucking what's his name? Fucking Jesus. Woody Harrelson. He's got a couple good documentaries out.
That he's in, or like about
Netflix.
him?
Yeah,
Or
I
that he
think so.
produced? What do you mean?
I haven't seen them yet, but the one I saw.
Well, how the fuck you know they're good?
Well, I saw Kiss the Ground. So I figured it was something about him growing a pro marijuana documentary.
I ain't seen anything about any of that.
Yeah, it's on Netflix.
Oh, I'll check it out. Wanted to look into that. Kiss the Ground. It's about him smoking dope.
I don't know. I
Is
was,
what
I
you-
was assuming, well, he's pro hemp. You know, he's all the whole growing. You know, hemp is a great plant. You know, got a lot of uses.
Most number one,
Yeah, number one is the extraction of THC.
it gets you fucking high.
But you know what? I've talked to people who do not smoke marijuana who have used CBD oil for different things, and it actually works.
Oh no, I've been starting to talk to a lot of older cats that are getting way more hip to it and open to the idea of using it and especially CBDs where they're getting their start into it. I have a 70-year-old fucking uncle that just started smoking pot here and there.
Yeah, that's the highest rate I think of new smokers is people like in their 60s and 70s.
And he gets so fucking high when he gets high.
I mean, he did like one puff, dude. He's
No,
off.
it's one. I've gave him like a pen
Okay.
or two, and that motherfucker lasts him like a year. The pens that I'd smoke or you'd smoke and last a week at best.
Right, that's
For
what
me,
I'm saying.
sometimes they last a day, but he'd let that motherfucker last him a year.
He's probably getting high as shit off of that.
Oh, he said he tried.
Blasted.
He said, "Let me tell you how to do it. Let me tell you how to do
Is
it."
that one of the cookies?
He's gonna tell me how to get fucking high.
Yeah.
He said, "So this is what you do: you get all your cookies and you get your milk and shit ready, and you get ready for bed, and you get you figure out what you're gonna watch, and you hit that fucker about 1.5 good times and then you lay back and you get the feeling like you're about that high off the bed." You feel like you're levitating about that high off the bed, and then he said, and then I fell off into watching the goddamn Planet of the Apes, and he's like, "I never thought that was a comedy." He was like, "It sure was funny as fuck this time."
Oh man, that's funny.
And he was kind of a dick about it for the longest. About
Not liking weed.
yeah, it just
Yeah.
got
That's a generational thing.
that's the same thing too. I remember in the later years smoking around my grandpa because they were all drinkers and everybody was cool, just didn't give a shit. But him being like, "I can't believe you smoke that shit. It's just I don't get it." And then I'd be rolling one and he'd be like looking over at me.
Let me try some of that.
No, he never wanted to try that, but he's looking over at judging my rolling quality, and he'd be like, "When I was back in the day smoking fucking buglers and fucking smoking your own cigarettes, he's like, I can roll a fucking cigarette with one hand on horseback."
On horseback. That shows.
Yeah.
First guy who got me high said he could roll a joint on a motorcycle, riding a motorcycle.
That's just sitting on it.
Oh, you riding? Yeah, riding.
That's pretty good because it's hard to smoke a joint on a motorcycle, much less roll it.
He had talent. I think he had lots of practice. Yeah, he that guy rolled joints like fucking eating M&Ms.
One of my buddies had a long roach clip on a telescoping end. You know what I'm saying? And a roach, and when we smoke joints rolling down the road, you have to slow down to about fucking 35 or so just so you can smoke it, or else it just turns into you just fucking hotbox and it gets blowed out. But yeah, put that long ass roach clip on and fucking be able to pass it
over without
pass it
moving.
to the other dude on the other bike. Fucking.
Across the room.
Yeah. Well, no, we were riding.
you riding down the road?
Riding motorcycles. That's what I'm saying. You got.
Okay.
It's hard to smoke a joint above
Okay.
like about 35 or so.
Yeah. Well, it's a good thing they have edibles now.
And pens and
Pens,
everything. Just the quality of weed's just better now, anyways. Too.
It sure is. It sure is good.
It sure has gotten. Do you remember when, like, how long has it been since you found seeds and lots of them?
Oh God, 20 years probably.
Feel like it's been, it ain't been that long.
No,
Come
probably
on,
not
man.
that long, but it's been a while.
You remember
Well,
fucking?
if I even find a seed anymore, I feel lucky.
You remember? Yeah, now you feel lucky.
Yeah, I mean it's like 4-leaf clover. I immediately go stick it in one of my plants and see if it'll grow.
You remember fucking taking the magazine and your pack of papers and
All the
rolling it
seeds, all the
into-
thousands and thousands of seeds.
to
Yeah.
get the seeds out?
Yep. Now I have to worry about a few rogue stems.
Mm-hmm. And so, but I mean, you remember, like, that's what I'm saying. Just You think back on the days of shit weed, like all the stems and seeds.
Oh, it was crap. Yeah.
That smell. And you ever call a guy up and bitch him out and be like, "Do you fucking understand how many fucking stems and seeds was in this bullshit?"
Not one time.
I did. I get raised hell about that shit.
Well, shit, back in the day, it was sometimes it'd be hard to find weed. Remember like always in the fall, everybody'd be out of weed. Remember that?
It's been so long since I had that kind of problem.
See, that's what I'm saying. Yeah, nobody remembers that. These kids these days have it too easy. It was like every fall, everybody be out of weed. You couldn't find any weed anywhere.
Well, that's when you're supposed to be able to find it.
Also, I think it was right before the harvest.
Oh, it's like right there at the end of the line.
It was like a universal thing. I don't know what it was. It doesn't happen anymore. But.
No, now there's so many indoor grows and stuff like that there's no more big harvest. The harvest is nonstop.
I got more people I can get weed from than grocery stores around, basically.
I can't wait till the stores start opening around here.
They're coming. I was talking to my cousin. He moved to Mexico and it's legal down there.
Oh, really? I didn't know that.
Yeah, I didn't either, really. But he said they have, like, I guess the Mexican equivalent of Amazon. They'll bring you little seedlings. You can order whatever plant you want. They'll bring you deliver seedlings to you.
Man, check this out. You remember how cheap Mexican brickweed was back in the day? You get like a quarter pound for fucking $250.
Yeah.
How cheap do you think Mexican brickweed is in Mexico?
It's probably free.
Just
throw it away.
There you go. You just turned 11. Here's a pound of Mexican brickweed.
Yeah, exactly. Turned 11.
Here you go, kid.
Next year you're gonna get a kilo if you make it.
Yeah, if you make it,
you sell that one.
Next year you're getting a kilo, and we're making you join the cartel.
There you go. Here's your AK and your kilo, kid. Go make a living.
Yeah, if you're smart enough, we'll put you on Telemundo.
Telemundo.
You ever watch that? Now with like I was noticing with Pluto and Tubi.
Yeah, they have all the Spanish.
Yeah, there's so many, and I'll fucking watch them for the women are so hot.
They're
the
hot.
News,
Latin women are hot. Dude.
The news, man,
The hot newscaster.
I don't have a clue what this bitch is saying, but man, do I like it.
I know what you're saying. Yeah. Latin women are they're special, man. They're all about the.
That's one of my favorite TV crushes forever has been Sofia. Fucking
Vargas.
Yeah, Sevilla Vergara.
Yeah.
Fucking Modern Family.
Uh-huh.
Oh God. Oh,
married to Al Bundy.
In the show she is.
Yeah.
Yes. And her accent and her broken English and everything. So yeah.
I was engaged to a Mexican girl, man. She had the whole thing going on. Like,
she called you Poppy and stuff.
The whole family. Now she didn't call me Poppy. She was actually like, she was pretty white bread at this point. But her family was from Juarez.
One of my good buddies, his fiance is Mexican, and from her whole family and everybody are from Mexico City. That's where she was born and raised.
Okay.
And they still have family. They go back and forth there all the time, and he loves it there. I think we're going to end up losing him to there eventually.
Yeah, you don't want to come back.
No, man, every time it's beautiful down there.
Yeah, no, it is beautiful down there. Yeah, his place is on the Yucatan, a fishing village.
Is it? He was telling me that the place that they have is this square building in downtown, but it has 4 domes of regular red brick. Or what? If you look in the ceilings,
everything's blocked down there. It's all brick.
And they were given the property back in the day. Maybe grandparents were, because everybody was sectioned off what it was, and everybody was given an X amount of property or something.
Okay.
So
This is in Mexico City?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I can see that.
And it's like kind of like this fucking place is right here in downtown. He said it's just right in the heart of downtown. Wow. Hustle and bustle.
How many people in Mexico City? Like 10 million people or something like that?
It's huge.
More?
He said
25 million?
He's like, if you just blinked and woke up there, you would think you were still in the United States and in a metropolitan city, and just everybody speaking Spanish. He's like, it's fucking huge metropolitan city.
Yeah. I've never been down there, but I hear it's a good place to go.
And then on the outskirts of everything that they showed too, it's a very beautiful countryside.
Yeah.
He went off. He's fucking like 40 years old and took pictures like he was fucking 82. Just fucking rolling. You look at these pictures I got from Mexico City.
That's funny.
He's been there.
Who is this again?
Spirit. You've heard of
Spirit. Okay. Yeah. Okay.
Spirit. His fiance, Carolina.
Yeah.
I gotta get back onto my Rosetta Stone. I'm going to be the best man. He asked me to be his best
weddings,
man.
You got to learn some Spanish?
Well, they're going to have two. They're going to have one here, the actual wedding and the paperwork and all that good shit. But then also her family and everybody's down there. So they go down there and have another ceremony and stuff. But I told him I was going to learn enough Spanish to give my speech down there in Spanish. If I'm going to embarrass everybody, I want to do it right.
You better make sure you carry some of those extra, those little drink things you got, those little IV packets with you.
Oh yeah.
Mexican weddings are off the chain, man. They know how to party. They like to party.
That's good.
Yeah,
That's good.
for like days. Yeah, and the whole family's there, man. They don't do anything like everybody.
Well, that's the thing too. Carolina is such a good girl. In spirit, such a wild maniac, and we've had so much crazy times. She's such a calm, cool, collected personality, and I was like, man, it's wild that you hooked up with such a conservative, slow-paced girl compared to you. And he's like, this bitch has got a fucking Metallica tattoo on her head.
On her head.
I was like, wait, what? And he's like, yeah, when she was fucking little Chiquimala, fucking high school fucking teeny bopper, she was all into Metallica and shaved her fucking head and had a fucking Metallica symbol tattoo. And I was like, that is not what the speed I thought she was at.
That's
like,
funny.
Yeah, motherfucker.
That's the way I like it.
She's still, I still can't. Sometimes I sneak up behind her and going through her hair. Oh, let me see this shit.
You're looking for bugs. Have you seen it?
No.
Oh, you can't? Okay.
No.
I just wondering what version of Metallica.
I think it's the M's that are into the razor blade.
Okay, that's it. Okay.
I think that's what it is.
Okay.
Because she was like, she tried to describe it to me, and I think that's what she described.
Does she have any other tattoos?
I don't know.
Okay.
Fuck, I don't know. It was just funny because at that time, because me and Spirit him and her were leaving a concert, and I was hammered and talking that, and he's such a loud mouth. He's like, this bitch got a tattoo on the back of her fucking head. What you talking about?
You don't know me, bitch.
He's like, she ain't fucking conservative. She tries to stick peppers in my ass all the time.
Fucking jalapenos, man.
That's fucking get you a Latina woman.
Tell you, man. Oh, this chick from she was from Dallas, from Texas. Ordered a freaking what'd she order? A fucking that beer they drink down, that Lone Star beer. What do they drink?
Lone Star's a Texas beer, yeah.
That Lone Star beer and a damn ordered some raw jalapenos.
Oh shit!
With her meal. I thought I was gonna be cool and have a piece of it.
Didn't go well.
No.
Ramon, when me and Ramon lived together, that was one of his go-to snacks. A big fat raw jalapeno fresh daddy, looked like a pickle, and hummus. He would fucking open a brand new thing of hummus and that big daddy and just hork it damn near the whole tub.
Fucking hot that thing is.
He loved it. That was, like I said, that was one of his go-to, just sit around, easy to go-to snacks.
Yep, not me, man. I'm on the mild sauce these days.
Well, do you ever watch the show? You ever see it, Hot Ones? You ever see that online?
I know what you're talking about with it. Eat those ghost peppers or whatever.
Well, they eat hot. They have a version of it where they do ghost peppers, but the one I'm talking about is it's an interview based show, and there's 10 hot wings. And they progressively get hot. A friend of mine's
girlfriend loves that show.
I don't think I'd make it through. And actually, going back to Ramon, he actually had one of the hottest sauces on that show, and I did a dab so small that it was like a dab you would smoke, like a dab, like
right.
not even the size of my fucking pinky nail. Yeah. It felt like I got punched in the face.
Yeah,
literally.
Yeah, no, some of that stuff's just way too hot, man.
And it tasted like mercury.
Right, it probably was.
There was nothing about this that was enjoyable. It was pure on. I couldn't imagine.
It's just like endurance, you know. It's like,
And it's not, and on that show too, it's never the actual hottest one.
Okay.
So I'm just like, it gets worse.
I couldn't imagine. I've seen those guys on, I don't think it was that, but they were trying to eat those like ghost pepper wings, I think. And they had like a gallon of milk and a gallon of water. Try to fight through 12 wings or something of that stuff.
Everybody's done the shit out of it, but I think one day I might have to get all the boys in here and we do a fucking
get you a little buffet set up and see.
No, I think we just do like that chip or something, just not one and done. Have you seen that? There's like the Packy chip or whatever.
Yeah,
It's just knock it out and just be done. That's all it is. It comes. It's a one potato chip in a fucking coffin. It comes in a coffin box and it's like covered in ghost pepper sauce, and that's it. It's the one chip challenge.
Hey man, you know it's obvious what you're getting yourself into.
Dude, I would fucking probably. I don't know if I'd be able to make it through the full episode.
I wouldn't even want to. It's like skydiving. I have no desire.
Well, how about that? Let's make a deal right now. We're gonna fucking eat a packy chip and jump out of a plane. Fucking deal with the pain while we're falling.
Let's figure out which one's worse.
Am I gonna die?
The burn or the fucking Let me hit the ground. Make this stop.
Fucking puking and shit while you're falling from the
Shit
sky.
in your pants. Yeah, you got that dude strapped to your back. He's not having a good time.
Or he is. I don't know. It's like fucking Steve-O jumped out of a plane with naked. A guy strapped to him.
He's naked.
Yeah. And masturbating and blew a load.
Whoa, hold on. Ugh. I didn't know all that. Now he blew a load.
Jumping on the way down. Plane, yeah, he's watching. He's got a handheld DVD player, and he's fucking jerking it on the runway. And they get up to go in, and he's tearing it up. And he's watching the DVD. And he's trying to. And they're getting ready, and they're in the jump zone. It's like it's time to go. It's time to go. So he's trying to, it's all. That's a timing game right there, bud.
That's some concentration. I don't know.
He filmed it. I don't know if he's released it yet. He's talked about it on his show.
Is this a new thing he did, or is this?
It's kind of. I don't know if it's like new anymore. It's been a couple years at this point.
Still a couple years, yeah.
But
wow.
Yeah.
Damn. All right. Well, go Steve-O, man. Yeah.
I think Ron Jeremy that they could fucking start at 100, count down strokes, and bust on 0 every time.
Ron Jeremy.
Yeah.
That dude's special, man. He is.
Ain't he in jail now?
He might be.
I think he got fucking canceled. Me too. He was fucking with women too much.
He's I don't know. Ron Jeremy. How
that's I don't remember what exactly what, but essentially it was raping women. Essentially, I guess I don't know the exact details of it, but on some level he was.
Interesting.
But that was I was like, really? Even as grotesque and fucking Mario Brothers looking motherfucker as he was, I still would figure women were trying to fuck him all the time.
I think he was. I think they were. It seems like.
So why would you need to fucking assault women and fucking come on to women that didn't want you?
That's the thing. Like, who knows really? I mean, he's a freaking porn star. Like, Ron Jeremy's synonymous with porn.
That's what I'm saying. Even
how do you get
that seems like women would just want to so they could have the fucking notch on their belt. Not all women, but you know.
It's one of those gray areas you got to be careful in. But it's like, if they put Ron Jeremy in, who knows what he did? Really. I'm just saying. If it looks like what's her face, man? Who's that porn actress who was dating the MMA fighter?
And he beat the shit out of her.
Yeah, he beat the shit out of her. So he caught her fucking another dude. I'm like, well, first of all, what do you expect from her? Of course, she's a fucking porn actress. She's
She likes to fuck.
Yeah, and he's a fucking animal fighter. What do you think he's going to do? I mean, they're both. They're doing what they do. So,
it's unfortunate, but
right.
We've seen both these things coming.
Yeah, he can't get mad at her for doing what she does, and I don't know. Everybody wants to dog on him for doing what he did. Right or wrong,
I mean, it's whenever you see these guys that are beasts like that beat the shit out of anybody, you're like,
that's what they do. They're animals, dude. That's what they're trained to do.
It's like fucking.
I'm saying it's right, but
when you see the old footage of Mike Tyson when he was younger, and it's just like that's what they're talking about, trained to do.
Yeah, and making millions and hundreds of millions of dollars. You know what I mean? It's big money. So of course,
just been trained to fucking mutilate somebody.
Yeah, I read an article. This guy went to go. This is when MMA just started coming around, and he went to go interview some of the guys, some of the fighters in there. And this guy's like he's a writer for GQ magazine or something. And he's like, he felt like a piece of meat. He's like, he felt like every one of those guys in there was sizing him up and was going to kick his ass the first chance they got. Every one of them. Yeah, he's like,
I don't like this.
Yeah, he's like, they're fucking animals. Yeah, that's what they do.
You're a pretty big dude, pretty statured. Like when you like rugby and shit like that, you look like you could have been a kickboxer. Did you ever do any kind of martial arts?
Yeah, I did. Yeah, I wrestled in high school, and I did karate and judo.
How'd you do at wrestling? Because all the tall fuckers I wrestled with that didn't do as well as the short.
I wrestled unlimited, so I was going against guys that were like 200 and up or something like that. Like I was going against guys that were 250, 260, some of them.
Well, what was your weight class? Where were you?
I was probably around 200. I think it was 180, might have been 180 and up. This was in high school. I was just going against other football players, who wrestle. That's basically what it was.
Right.
There's a couple guys I knew. I knew them from playing football with them. I knew them from wrestling. I knew who they were. You go at them, man. Yeah.
I wrestled in middle school and high school, and I was the smallest little motherfucker wrestler you've ever seen in your life.
What was your weight, like 135?
Oh no, I wish. In middle school, it was like 85.
Oh shit. Okay, yeah.
And then in high school, I got like 135.
Yeah, those guys get down to like 115. Yeah.
In middle school, 7th and 8th grade, I was 85 pounds, 90 pounds, and I had to wrestle up always.
Right. Yeah.
And that's why. And when I got to high school, I did so much better because I trained
wrestling bigger guys.
I got my ass kicked nonstop.
That's and just, you do it.
Yeah. So then the occasional time they would actually match me with a guy my size, I would snatch that little motherfucker around because that's what I've been getting done is just snatched around by fucking big dudes, and my coach loved it because I was,
do it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like Ronda Rousey training with a bunch of dudes when she was a younger fighter.
Nothing makes you better than fucking being with people better than you. No matter what you do, if just being surrounded by people better than you and pushing you will make you better.
If you're the smartest person in the room, you're in the wrong room.
It's Oh, good point. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Which is never my case.
I feel the same way, man.
Well, that's the thing. Like even whenever me and you first met, and you know we were talking about we do this, we do that, and then slowly but surely I start seeing your art and things you do, and I'm like, God damn, this guy's a real fucking deal. Once again, there's that whole just like, all my friends are so much more talented than me. That's essentially why I started this thing, was so I can fucking just like, man, I don't know that I have anything to offer like everybody else. You make me feel so incompetent at times. So let's just do this and show their shit off.
Right. Hey, it's whatever means to an end, or whatever avenue you take, wherever that leads you, man. That's where it goes.
Yeah, we do what we do with it. Well, fucking, we've been rolling here for a little over an hour. When's the show again, and where's it going to be at? And tell folks what they can check it out.
2 Gallery on February 25th next week.
February 25th, 2 Gallery in Atlanta, Georgia.
TEW.
2
Gallery.
What's you have a website? Or just your socials?
On Instagram. Calvin Jones Art on Instagram.
So at Calvin Jones Art. All right, cool. Yeah, folks, come out. Somebody go check this shit out. And even if you aren't local and can't go check out the show, be sure to like his Instagram. Fucking buy a painting. Hit him up, buy a fucking painting.
Hell yeah. Gallery website. They got them on there.
Oh, yeah, that's a good point. What, and that's just probably 2gallery.com.
2 Gallery, yeah.
Go, you fucking Google it if it's not. Pop up. Yeah, something like that. Well, fucking right on, brother. Thank you for fucking hanging out and chilling.
Yeah, man, enjoyed it. Nice.
Fucking smoke some more.
Hell yeah.
Party on, Wayne.
Get ready for the next interview.
Fucking A, right.